Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, you're building up your WordPress website using Astra and its starter themes and its various plugins. And you've already figured out how to create your own header. Now, in this video, we're going to show you how to build up your footer. Here's our homepage, and if you scroll down, everything from this red bar over here, subscribe to my newsletter, down to this copyright over here, is our footer. Now, sometimes you might think that, is this part of your footer? And sometimes it could be. But if we go ahead and click on Edit Page, and we have it loaded, let's scroll down here, and you'll see that whatever we were looking at earlier is gone, and this contact form is actually part of the page. So that's a quick tip for you guys. Okay, so we're back here, and you can see that this is indeed part of our footer. So let's go to our dashboard, hover over Astra, and click on Customize. Once we're in the WordPress Customizer, go ahead and click on Footer Builder, and that sends us straight to the footer. Remember, this part isn't our footer. And the way you can confirm that is, let's take a look at an overview of the Footer Builder and how to use it. So we have this block, these 3 rows, with a bunch of columns, and we can configure how these things are. So let's click on widget number 1, and you can see here it says subscribe to my newsletter, and we can confirm that this is that. And if I were to drag this down here, it moves down to the copyright. Okay. And likewise with this widget, it is a search bar or an input form with their email address and the send button. And if you scroll down here, we have another widget, which is basically just this stock icon and some text. And beside that, well, the way that this one is configured is with that, this stacks. So if I wanted the social icons to be beside it, I'll click on Inline, and the social icons should be on the right side over here. There you go. So let's take a look at this later, and let's just go over some of how to move things on here. So like I demonstrated, we can just drag and drop all of these and put them wherever we want. So if I scrambled this, you'll see that everything changes place and they get moved to one side or another. Okay? Let's go ahead and start by adding and removing elements. So let's just put things back into their place. And let's say for this one, we just want this centered and we want this removed. So all we have to do is just remove it. And let's click on the gear icon. And let's make it 1 column. And only this will be here. And we can probably... Oh, there we go. There we go. It's in the middle right now. And let's go ahead and take a look at the column configuration for each of these. So for instance, we have here 1 long one in the middle and 2 narrow ones in the side. So we can change how many columns we have here, and obviously when we change it to 1 column, it deletes our other elements, but it's easy to put those back by selecting, let's say, 2 columns, and we can click on the plus icon and add back our social icons. Alternatively, if we wanted more space, we can choose this layout over here, and we'll have more space for that. And if I clicked on this one, I suppose you can guess what happens. This should shrink, and we have more space for our social. So let's keep it even for the moment. And again, like what I showed, we have stack and inline. We have full width, so you can see the spacing changes there. And for the height, if we make it smaller, it should shrink as well. And vertical alignment, we can put things there or down here, depending on what we want. And in the same way, we can make things disappear depending on what device we're using. So let's turn this off, and let's switch to our phone preview, and let's scroll all the way down, and you can see that our social media icons have disappeared. Now, let's click on this, and on our cell phone display, smartphone display, it should reappear. Okay? So let's configure this in a way that we'd like. Okay, so instead of making it a call to action for our readers to subscribe to our newsletter, since we already have their contact information here and stuff, let's go ahead and edit this one. Okay, and that should be fine. And let's select button 1 and put that here. We can remove this widget, and let's customize this widget real quick to our YouTube. Right? And we can configure it to the middle, and it should move it up a bit. Okay. And we can change this button to, and let's put our link there, and we have our, okay, and we can make it a bit bigger since we have space. And in fact, we can make it extra large, I think. There we go. And now we can also configure the design. So we can probably put a border here, if that'll show up. Now, there we go. And let's change the background color to, there we go. And text color should be fine. And the font, you can probably change that too. Make it, yeah. Make it, oh, that's a bit too big now. There we go. And that's looking pretty good. I think we can still fix this one by going onto the gear icon and putting vertical alignment at the middle so it's in line. That's looking beautiful. And let's go ahead and change this one up. So let's go over here, and we can configure this widget by, let's add our address. So we can actually remove these. Oops. We can remove these. We can delete that. And we can delete this. And it goes blank, as you'll see. But we can also add anything from the block inserter. So let's go ahead and type in paragraph. And we can type in an address. Okay. And let's say we want to put a heading on that. So let's go ahead and put heading, and we can shift this up here, and let's type okay. It's kind of massive on the left sidebar here, but as you can see, it just fits. And okay, so we're good with that, but it's looking like we have so much negative space. So what we can do is go over here and add a third one, and in fact, maybe even a fourth one. Let's do that. And let's go ahead and put our social icons here. And we can add much more widgets. So let's go widget number 3. And that was something else here. So let's go ahead and configure that. We can just delete these. And let's put Google Maps. And we'll have a map here once it loads. Okay, there we go. And actually, I'm thinking 3 should have been fine. Okay, so let's go back to do number 3, and let's do these. Oops. Let's do these. And we should have our social icons here. Okay, and let's make these occupy the space. So we can have our alignment there, and we can put our labels, and with our design we can make the icons much bigger, and we can space them out much more, and we can put them as tight as we want or spread them out. Okay, and that looks good. Let's just reconfigure this real quick and make them in line. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's fine. And that's looking pretty good. We have changed up our layouts for our top, middle, and bottom footers, and we've changed up our widgets and elements here. And I think I'm happy with that, so let's go ahead and publish this. And once we refresh our site here, we'll see our footer should have changed. And there it is. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, share this kind of video with other nerds like us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.